Welcome to part two of this, taking a look at the new scenery for Clermont County Airport in the I69, which is where Sporty's Academy is. So here you can see we're right in front of Sporty's Academy there. Got a student out there waiting to go, and here's our airplane ready to go. So let's take a quick fly around and I'll just show you some things from the air. So let's jump into our airplane. Okay, everything here is ready to go. I'm going to put beacon lights on, everything else is on. Okay, very quick taxi out here. So you do have to be a bit careful here when you're taxiing out because, an airplane like that one there just on our left, it might have been turned off when you got into your plane, but another few seconds later, there's a student pilot in there about to take off. And we can go down here to runway 22. As we taxi down here, actually off there on the taxiway on the other side of the runway. I don't believe they have any taxiway lettering or names at the moment. But over there, there's a and this bird sits on it. And you can fly like right up to him, right? Or I mean taxi, like right close to him, and he's just looking at you. If you stop to take his picture, which I did, and he kind of gives you this dirty look as, "Oh, what are you doing? Where are you going? Your airplane's noisy, keep it moving." So, if I find that picture, I might tag it in here to the end of the video. That would be cool. Okay, so here we are in 2-2, ready to take off. And as I said, in the morning, there can be a fair bit of traffic, which is kind of cool, actually, to see all these other people in the Cessnas. They're ready to take off. So let's see now. We get our airspeed up here. Okay, airspeed 50, airspeed 55. And let's take off here. Should have been a bit straighter. I don't think I've mastered these pedals I have here. They don't seem to be doing exactly what I want. Another thing is the trim weight. It's really nice, and for the price is really good on the Bravo. I like that. But you do have to twist it quite a lot before it does anything. Maybe that is adjustable somewhere, I don't know, but I end up like spinning and spinning and spinning it before it does anything interesting. So, right about there, I would have put on my goggles, of course, and then I wouldn't have seen anything from there on in my flight, which is quite interesting. Ooh, sorry about that. Bit of a rough turn there. So yeah, all of this kind of countryside is new to me, basically. So we're just kind of head northish here. That's okay too. Put on the autopilot and my heading, so I don't have to worry heading again. So I don't have to worry about that. And let's go and have a look out the window here. And there's our airport, yeah. So Clermont County Airport. Yeah, so it's quite nice. The old Sporty's building is just where the tail of the airplane is right now, and the new building on the other side. And it's nice having that big shop there too, and very, very helpful staff. I mean, if you don't even remember the name of what you have, they're still going to go in the warehouse and look for it and find it for you. It's really, really cool. I like that a lot. So now let me bring my PFD and my MFD. You can see what's going on here. So I'm going to bring my altitude up here to 3000. Altitude is set on, vertical speed here. 5. That's good. Okay. Slightly. And maybe. So, yeah, the real G1000 has a little engine button on it that you press, which is really nice, and helps you lean assist. It's called, helps you get the lean right. But of course, you can use the EGT and the fuel flow and the RPM to only get it in the right place, which would be somewhere around there. That's good for me in the simulator at the moment. So what I will show you here now on the MFD is if I go on the PFD, actually I can hit the nearest button. Seems to work better here. And KLUK, so there we go, enter on that. KLUK, select to KLUK, activate. Okay, great. So now on the MFD, that should have given us a magenta line. Just a tip, if you are using this G1000, I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator is absolutely wonderful. The visuals are fantastic. But yeah, when it comes to the G1000 practice and instrument practice, I would recommend giving explanation. They seem to be, right now at the moment, their G1000 is a bit better. But the Microsoft are coming along. They're coming along very well. Anyway, so the point of this is to show you what we have. So we have I69 right here, and then we have Lunken right over there. So I can go now to procedures, and I can go and select an approach, and ILS 21. Yeah, that's ILS 21, which is, that's perfect. Pick that. Come down here, can't set minimums on here. And we can just activate that because we're basically there. So now you can see here that we have a GPS approach all the way to Sire, and then at Sire we're going to have the ILS approach straight into Lunken. So that's really cool, and it's, yeah, it's ETE 3 minutes the Sire. So that's pretty good to have that right beside Clermont County Airport. So if you're doing your instrument there, you can do this approach. Then Clermont County, I'll show you that in a minute. You have yeah, you have the VOR Bravo, which is you can use the VOR, come in and do a circling to land approach. And then you have the RNAV, which you can also do. So you can get basically an RNAV approach, an ILS approach, and a VOR Bravo approach all in one flying lesson, which is great. And of course, if you are, you know, trying to do it a little bit too fast, then don't let things, you know, get too ahead of you. There's a lot of work to be done on single pilot IFR. So I have asked Lunken once or twice for delayed vectors, which wasn't a problem. So, you know, you've got 10 minutes worth of work to do, and you've got 5 minutes left before you get there. So just ask for delayed vectors, and they will send you out somewhere and give you that extra few minutes you need to get prepared. And the more prepared you are, of course, the better your approach will be. So I like that. Okay, now let me see. We have here the MFD, which you guys can still see. So I'm going to go here to the nearest airport again on the PFD. Okay, and let me look here for, where is my 69 is here. Okay, so let's do a direct to that, activate that. So now, of course, could change the MFD, starting to change. Is it changing? Oh, it is. Yeah, let me take the flight plan. Yes. Okay, wait. Sometimes you just need to press a button and press it again to kind of, you know, get this thing going. Okay, procedures, and now I can show you this. So let's go down to our select approaches, and here we have, as I said, yeah, we have this RNAV 4, RNAV 22, and VOR Bravo. You remember these two for some reason. Okay, so let's do, say, for example, the RNAV 22. We can put that in there, and we can go down here, and we can activate that. And now we have this, which we don't actually need to go all the way out and around Takeoff. So let's go to my flight plan, go down here. This doesn't always work. Sometimes if it doesn't work, I find I have to go back to forward one, and then hit direct to, and then gospel comes up there. That in there. Great, and our flight plan is going to bring us right in here. So, of course, if I go back now on my PFD, I'll see that I'm not actually going to go there because I need to set my autopilot to navigation mode. So autopilot set to navigation mode. GPS appeared in green, which tells it, yep, I have the GPS, and I'm going to head off and follow it. So we're going to, let me bring it down here to 2,500 feet. We've got different speed down. A minute is fine. Not easier for the airplane to descend if I reduce the power, of course. Otherwise, it will descend, and the autopilot will descend it and bring it right up to a speed that we don't necessarily wish to have. So this, of course, is what you would be looking at then when you're flying with the foggles on. You're not going to see outside the window like this. You're just going to see these most of the time. So now it's kind of on that weird flight path. So let me hit the direct to button again and hit this again. Enter. Hello. Enter. Okay, and now that'll give us a straight line there, which is a bit better. I zoom, which I'm getting used to now, twisting it. What in my head is the wrong way around. And somehow clockwise is always going in for me, and anti-clockwise always coming out. Garmin seems to have a reverse thread idea on that, so if you want to zoom in, you actually twist anti-clockwise. If you want to zoom out, you twist clockwise. So that probably makes perfect sense to everybody else in the world except me. So here we are. We're heading into Cosca, and let's just come back. So there you have it. If you happen to be flying over here, it's a nice place to fly. I had a great instructor, and sometimes alternated instructors. I wanted a bit of variety. They will try and keep you with the same instructor all the time, which a lot of people prefer. And I like to do that maybe like 80% of the time, and then sometimes just to get a different opinion, just to switch. It was really nice. I was never sitting there when there wasn't an airplane available or anything like that. The only thing that did hamper me a little bit was the weather, and it did bemuse a few people that I came over and decided to learn in November and December. That was probably not the best time of the year to be there. But it wasn't really much of a problem. Occasional day, airport closed because the runway is covered in snow and ice. But apart from that, if there was a little bit of frost, you could just ask the guys at Sporty's to put the airplane in the hangar the night before so that it would be warm and thawed out and everything and ready for you in the morning. So that was really nice. Okay, so let's we can turn those off. We can go back to looking out the window, and here we can see this is where we're going. So it looks pretty good. We will be oh, hang on, let me bring back up my MFD now. You see it's gone a bit. Oh, hang on, it's coming back. Where are we going? It has decided to put this big loop in there, which I didn't want, and then the magenta line, this whole white loop that you see became magenta, and then it switched back. Yes, so these are things, of course, that the real Garmin G1000 would not do. They're just, but as I said, Microsoft is getting there, and you've got to appreciate those guys. They're working away on it. It's, you buy it once and they just keep updating it all the time. It's really fantastic, I think. Okay, so here we come, and on a PFD, let me bring up the PFD for you. There's the PFD, and on the PFD you can see actually there is a glide slope, magenta glide slope, so it's not really a glide slope, it's kind of a glide advisory. And it's coming in. So what I can do now actually is I can just simply, I got to watch my power and my speed here. So I'm going to press the approach button now, and you'll see the GPS will change to approach mode, and it'll lock onto the GPS glide slope, glide advisory slope. Normally the GS will appear white if you're not exactly on it, and that's just telling you that he's he's waiting for and hoping to capture it and hoping to get on the track. But when it turns green, it actually means, okay, I've got it. I'm on there. Yeah. So we can see that's coming in there. Should pull my power back a bit. We've kind of sped up a bit. Actually, yeah, we can come in there a little bit faster. So then you do your pre-landing checklist and your mixture and your lights and all these things. And yeah, that's it. So according to this, we have 3.7 nautical miles and 1 minute 58 seconds before we touch the ground. So I turn them off again. And this is, of course, your VFR view of what you would see coming in, which is quite nice. And right here, of course, if you are coming on this approach, you really have to watch out for a lot of the VFR traffic because, they're all talking to each other, and a lot of people doing their private pilot license, they don't, they won't expect somebody coming in on the RNAV approach and things like that. So it's good to watch out for them. Also, obviously you're supposed to. Makes sense. So let me go back and switch this on. And now, so yeah, what I'm hoping for here is that every time I turn these back on, it kind of, will lock the screen and give you the idea of what it's like for practicing on with the foggles on. So in theory, you shouldn't really be able to see anything out the window. You should only be able to see your instruments. And here we're lucky to have the G1000, which is, pretty cool. I think growing up with technology, it's interesting to see. A lot of people are, you expected to get special G1000 training as opposed to using the old steam gauges, but I find it nearly the other way around. It's the G1000 is no problem for me at all, but the steam gauges are quite difficult to use. So, of course, right around here, we're just going to give up on the approach and we're going to switch back to this. And then realize, of course, that we were going a little bit fast. But there we are, 70. Okay, that's okay, over the threshold. And you'll see I'm going to use up a lot of the runway now because I was a little bit fast there. There we go. Well, maybe not too much. And we're back. So what I like to do here now, as I'm about to taxi and turn, you see, let's see, you see my flaps are down there. So if you're actually in the airplane and you're looking to the left to see if anybody's coming, you're not really going to see it. You're not going to see as much with the flaps down as you would with the flaps up. So I like to pull them up before I taxi off there. And then you'd come back down here, and my instructor generally likes to park up here for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. But if it was available, go up here and take the one closest to the door. In November, I did notice that the so we would come along here. These patches of grass can get a little bit wet. Yeah, so you need to have the proper shoes because, as you can see, you got to walk around the airplane. You got to undo the tie downs. It can be a little bit soggy now and again, but I'll find out, I guess, what it's like in the summertime. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, guys, that was it. That was our quick flight around. What we would do now, of course, is we would basically shut down the airplane, and not with the key, with the mixture. But if I use the mixture here, Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to pop up with the annoying menu that my flight has ended. We'd get out here, and then you get out the tow bar and push the airplane back into one of those spaces. And that was it. So I really enjoyed my time there, and hope you guys enjoy flying this in the simulator. And maybe if you are flying it in the simulator, maybe it's because you're planning on going and training there someday. So if you are, good luck and enjoy it. I'm sure you will. Thank you and take care. And I hope you like this. If you do, just be cool if you subscribe to the channel, and I'll make some more videos. Take care. Bye.